Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the One Meal channel, and if you are new here, then welcome. I make one meal a day every single day, and most of those days I film myself making them for you, and it takes a lot of effort in order to accomplish that and get all the calories that I need. So if you're new here, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing if you choose to stay to the end of the video. And with that being said, let's get on with it. Hello. I enjoyed the breakfast burrito that I made the other day so much that I've decided to make it again. But do not fret, we will have some variety into our meals because tomorrow we are going to take on the chicken and dumplings that I have been talking about. So I don't know if the chicken and dumplings part of the video is going to be out tomorrow. I might release that on Tuesday, but the rotisserie chicken, the whole chicken cooked inside of the oven, that will for sure be released tomorrow. And so I'm looking forward to sharing all of that with you because it marks a big milestone of variety for the channel, because usually we're just eating chicken and chicken rice every single day. So let's get our potatoes cut. We're going to add that into the bacon fat. We're going to make one massive breakfast burrito. And you know what? We had some recommendations from other viewers that in order to get those burritos to stick a little bit better, I should put them back in the pan. And I think I will do that. I think I will absolutely do that. Let's finish this up. Yeah, I'm in a unique position because on Monday and Tuesday are actually my days off. I have a new job coming up early in June, which means that I have a little bit more free time on my hands than I've had in the past until that time comes. So I am not working at my previous job. I will start working at my new job here in just a couple of weeks. And so for the time being, I'm picking up more hours at that little in-person job that I have. So they have me working 5 days a week now, which is nice. Still making a good income. But Monday and Tuesdays we have to utilize to our maximum potential. Perfect. Nothing beats potatoes and bacon grease. And I found it doesn't actually splatter as much as I thought it would compared to the coconut oil that we've used. So I just got back from the grocery store. We have our carrots and we have our bacon to end pieces for in the future because we're just going to cut up that bacon anyway. We brought back the elephant-sized onions. I mean, here we are. I mean, look, it's like the size of a pomegranate. It's insane. We got some celery, we got some lemons, and we have some more carrots, but I needed more than that. And then, of course, we have our biscuits. So if we want to try out homemade biscuits, we can absolutely do that in the future. But my grandmother always just got the Pillsbury Doughboy biscuits. I think we might as well just stick with tradition. I also got some green peas. We're going to throw some green peas into the chicken and dumplings. Out of all of the things that I make, I think that my roommate likes the chicken and dumplings the most out of everything that I make. That's not true. He likes the steaks. He knows that I make a good steak. But we're going to wait a little bit longer before I show you some of my steak skills. But everybody thinks that they cook the best steak. Everybody has their own way of doing it, so I'm obviously going to get a lot of criticism when I do make it. But regardless, you will see me make a steak in the not too distant future. We're going to get rid of the rest of our medium-sized onions and finish that off with 8, and yeah, I did say that correctly, 8 eggs for our omelet, because our breakfast burrito, because again, we're only eating one meal a day. We gotta supplement the rest of our hours with a whole lot of protein and a whole lot of fat in order to make it through the rest of the day. So just as a little personal update as well, I'm still at a good weight, but I've noticed that I have lost just a couple of pounds over the last week. So in changing up my diet, moving away from like eating as many carbs as I used to with the rice that I usually have, it has already had a noticeable impact just on my weight. So I'm not underweight by any means. Like I said, as long as I stay above 165 pounds, I'm pretty good. I've been as low as like 155 before. And although that was healthy, it's just probably a little bit under where I need to be at. So yeah, I'm about at 170 right now. It's a good weight. I really don't want to drop any lower than that. So we'll try to keep our weight up as much as we can. I think those chicken and dumplings will do well to fatten me up, per se. Our plan is to roast that chicken. And I got the lemons because I thought it was I really like lemon chicken, and so I got the lemons, and it's not expensive to get a bunch of lemons. But I actually don't think I'm going to use them. I think I'm probably just going to put some salt and pepper on them, and I'm going to throw the carrots that I have in with them as well. I might even throw some potatoes, but we'll see. I think I'm just going to throw the carrots in and get the roasted carrots, and then toss the cooked chicken and the cooked carrots in to the crock pot for the chicken and dumplings, and kind of just leave the celery in for maybe like an hour so that they're still crispy and crunchy. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but if we're going to have a fully cooked chicken, we don't need to let the crock pot go for 8 hours like the recipe calls for, because those 8 hours are for just that. It's to cook the chicken, and then of course like the carrots that are in there. So we just cook both at the same time. We actually cut down on our cooking time as well. So again, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it. I'll give it a little bit more thought throughout the day, and you will get an update on it over the next couple of days. So if you're interested in that, make sure to stick around, because Tuesday will be our final video for the week before we take a quick little 2-day break and come back nice and refreshed. So perfect. I mean, these potatoes look like they're done already, don't they? Got nice and crispy outside to them. If we want, we can be a little bit dangerous. Take a little bite real quick. Yeah. And those are done already. Let's go in here and add our onions. Good source of anti-inflammatory properties right there. Always a good idea to add onions to your diet. Potatoes, great source of potassium. More potassium in a serving of potato than there is in a serving of banana. More potassium than a serving of sweet potato. I think the only other commonly used vegetable food group that provides more potassium is like kale and spinach. And with the new job coming up, I'm going to try to renew my gym subscription. Head back to the gym a little bit more consistently, just get some light exercise in. And when that happens, we'll probably start adding a protein shake to our diet every day, because we're going to need to take in more calories. And in doing so, wouldn't be a bad idea to have some blended spinach along with that. So I think I still have it. I haven't used it in a couple years. I have this nice little bullet blender, which is nice and convenient. I think I might take that out again and start using it. Perfect. Oof, and if I stay over that too much longer, I'm going to start crying. So let's get out of here. As always, with eating one meal a day, you gotta have a lot of water. So here's my 64-ounce jug of water. I go through at least one of those a day, along with my fair share of coffee. And all of that seems to be enough to get me through the day, help me maintain my weight, and keep my energy up. So 2, 3, 4. If any of your kids watch Sesame Street, they're going to love this content. 5, 6. This one's going to be tough. There's a bad crack on that one. And 8. As usual, no dairy products, no cheese, no milk. Just not something that I prefer. Feel free to add your own if you want. Grab a small salad fork. Break each yolk. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And believe it or not, we're almost done. We're more than halfway done with all of this. So, put this lid over on the opposite side. Move the bacon over here. Oh crap. I got a little bit of seepage through that paper towel. I'm gonna have to wipe that off. That's the roommate's cutting board. You don't want him to get any bacon grease flavor on his fish when he's cutting up and preparing fish. It's about time to clean the stove, I think, as well. So on Monday or Tuesday, I will do that. So perfect. Let's take this. Let's do our best to get as much of this into the bowl as possible. Preferably all of it. Preferably all of it into the bowl would be the best. Very close. We missed one. One little piece of onion fell off to the side. Very close there. Great. Still got a high or medium-high heat on that pan. Put all 8 of our eggs in. Egg tends to dry out pretty quickly, so fill it up with some water. Let's scramble this stuff. I'm gonna let the base cook up just a little bit. I'm gonna cut this bacon up. Good balance between crispy and flimsy, because I like a good flimsy piece of bacon. What a nice sound that makes. Perfect. Back over we go with a nice long stretch. We can trim the temp up a little bit. Yeah, that's cooking well. Good opportunity for us to add our seasoning. Garlic, salt, and pepper, always a good staple. We have paprika. I mean, we have a lot of seasoning, but we could add paprika. We could add some herbs. But we're putting this in a burrito. Going to be a lot of different flavors that we're incorporating in on each other, so there's no need to oversaturate it with a whole bunch of seasoning. I like Gordon Ramsay's videos that he has of his scrambled eggs. Actually, more specifically, I like it when he's there with his kids. And his kids are like, yeah, dude, I don't like your scrambled eggs. Because his scrambled eggs, he has like a really specific technique where he does scramble the eggs, but he manages to scramble them while also keeping them a little bit runny. And he pairs it with toast, which actually makes a lot of sense. I probably would like my scrambled eggs like that, because I want to spread them on the toast. I want it to seep into the bread. But his kids are, he makes it like really runny, basically like this. He just kind of, this is his scrambled eggs. He leaves it like that. He's obviously like whisking constantly to make a good consistency to it, kind of like a hollandaise sauce. And his kids just hate it. His kids are like right there with him. He's like, no, dude, don't. Why are you adding like this creme fraiche? Like, why are you adding all of this stuff to it? We want you to scramble it up. We want you to have it on the side with salt and pepper. So I do. I think that's funny. Seems to have a good relationship with his kids. They're probably my age now that I think about it. I've been watching Gordon Ramsay ever since I was a kid. Good. And when we add our bacon and onions and potatoes back into this, they're going to have some moisture that they bring along with them. So I'm going to get these eggs cooked up just kind of as thoroughly as I can. I don't want any sort of moisture in our burrito. Burrito that I made the other day had a little bit of oil that seeped down to the bottom and got all over my hand. And you can't really avoid that when your potatoes are covered in bacon grease, but it did make it a little bit awkward because I was eating them in my office when I was uploading the video and the door was closed behind me, and so I just had like 2 hands full of grease with no way to clean them, and I had to open up the door, so it was kind of a disaster. So I'm going to bring some paper towels with me this time in case it happens again, but we're also just going to do our very best to make sure that doesn't in fact happen again. So here we are. Move that in on itself. Yeah, it tastes good. Add the bacon to this as well. Very nice. And before I get too far ahead of myself, we're going to try to use our time well, which is grab our tortilla here, our massive, super-sized tortilla, bigger than the plate. This is huge. Look at that. Huge tortilla. Biggest one I could find at the store that kept its shape. There's one that's like an inch wider in diameter, but it's a little thinner. They look a little bit older, so we'll put that in for a minute. Healthy portion of sriracha, again cooking this on medium-high heat. Getting a nice color to all this food. And of course, the best way to go about this would be to separate it out into smaller burritos. But we don't do that on this channel. We push our burritos to the absolute limit every time that we cook. And I gotta say, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Now I am gonna turn this down just a little bit, medium-low heat. We'll probably return this tortilla back onto that pan. What am I doing? Let's take this. I mean, this is, I don't even know how we're gonna do this. This seems bigger than last time. All right, this is enough, right? This is enough to put in a burrito. This seems like the max the burrito can handle. And this is what we're going to be putting on there. Wow. Wow. How is that? How are we going to manage this? How are we going to manage this? There's no way. There's no way. But this is going to be managed just out of an abundance of caution. Let's get this knife out of the way. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do here. There, thumbnail. And it's always super hot, extremely hot. My asbestos hands need some more work. Give me a year, guys. Get us to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I'll promise I'll practice my asbestos hands. Ooh, this is tough. This is tough. I don't know how we're gonna do this. Because with the rice, it keeps its form. This is extremely hot. So I don't know how I'm gonna get it to keep its form. Because with the rice, it stays in one place. With this, it does not. This just wants to blow out of the sides. Here, let me get you a good view right there. This just wants to blow out of the sides. Pinch it and turn it. It is definitely bigger than what we made last time. This might be the first burrito that we aren't able to complete. The cheese would probably help as like a better binding agent for this. Can we pinch it on the sides? We're gonna have a little bit of a blowout on the side. That's fine. Yeah, we will have to just leave a little bit of this in order to make it work. Okay, and rotate it and turn it. 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 Oh, that is brutal. That is brutal right there, and very painful. Brutal and painful. So we missed a little bit fell out. Do you think that we can put this in the pan and seal it up in the pan? I don't think so. I actually don't have the confidence that it will. It might crisp up the bottom, but I don't think it's going to seal it together. Because usually what we do is we do like what they do at Dairy Queen and flip it upside down. Okay, we'll put it in the pan here. We'll put it in the pan here, and I'll have a little snack. Yeah, the bacon is perfect. You really can't go wrong with bacon in a burrito. If it's crunchy, that's great. Add a little more texture to your meal. If it's flimsy, well, maybe you could go wrong if you don't like flimsy bacon, but I like flimsy bacon. Let's finish eating this, and then we'll go back to our super mega burrito. And then don't go away just yet. The best part of the video is coming up. We have to weigh this burrito. And understandably, I am starving. Because guess what? I only eat one meal a day. It's been a while. It has been a whole day since I have last eaten. Can you believe that? Can you believe that, my friends? So we'll get our eggs put away. We have what? Just a dozen eggs left. Only a dozen eggs left. Time to get more eggs. Sure, you got more eggs at the store. Grab our scale. I'm gonna put a paper towel on it so that we don't get, burrito stuff on it. Oh, and why did I put the spatula away? Well, I guess this is the test. Can I pick it up directly from the pan? If this fails, we aren't going to get away. Oh, I'm too nervous. I'm too nervous. Ooh. Looks like not perfect. Looks like not perfect. But it was a good try. Let's move this over here. Oh yeah, the side here. The side here blew out. That's too bad. Well, if you take into account that a lot of the stuff on the side came undone, this part here on the left came undone, a 1.75 pound burrito isn't bad. I mean, it's pretty close to that 2 pound. Let's take a look of how the underside turned out. Actually not bad. So this side here on the bottom actually closed up just fine. This area on the top folded in over itself rather than being underneath like this and closing up underneath. So that's too bad, but it's the best case scenario of a tough situation. And that is going to be my breakfast for, well, my one meal, my breakfast for the day, before I head off and I finish up my final shift for the week. So I appreciate all of you watching. Again, tune back in tomorrow where we do an entire roast chicken and then move it into some chicken and dumplings. So I appreciate all of you. Leave a like, comment, or subscription, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.